And happy day after Thanksgiving to you all. Welcome to you. Hopefully you had a blessed time. It's Friday. It's Black Friday. Our office is closed today, but I'm receiving the calls. And if you need anything, feel free. Call 678-228-8900. Our sales continue. If you've gotten our email newsletter, you know we have a huge sale going on right now. And by the way, call and schedule your consult time. Get on the December schedule right now at 50% off. Again, that number to the office, 678-228-8900. New report comes out of the European Society of Cardiology, not here in the States, Europe. One of the staples of cardiovascular advice is, in a lot of cases, take a baby aspirin a day to prevent what? Heart failure. Prevent heart failure. Keep your circulatory system going. Prevent heart failure. Let me say it again. Now this new report comes out of Europe that says taking a baby aspirin a day is linked to an increased risk of heart failure. We'll talk about this in 1 minute. The information you hear on the Nutrition Shop Health Talk with Dr. Lynn is strictly educational and is not intended to diagnose or treat any disease. Any healthcare decision should be discussed with your health professional. And now, here is Dr. Lynn. And again, this is going to be an interesting discussion. Let me just say this. If you're on a baby aspirin right now, do not stop it. There's a rebound effect. We can work around it. Do not stop it. Have a discussion with your cardiologist or whoever told you to start taking that baby aspirin a day. We'll talk about this study, try to get some clarification right after our national anthem. Again, welcome to you all. Aspirin use is associated with a 26% raised risk of heart failure in people, here's the caveat, with at least one predisposing factor for the condition. That's the finding of a study published today in the Journal of Heart Failure, Journal of the European Society of Cardiology. Predisposing factors, you know, this is the list you want to know. Because if you're on this list, you got to have a discussion with your cardiologist. Predisposing factors. Smoking? Okay, most people have stopped. Obesity? Most people have joined that rank. High blood pressure? Ooh, there's a biggie. High cholesterol? Diabetes? Cardiovascular disease? Well, that takes about 90% of the population. Predisposing factors include smoking, obesity, high blood pressure, high cholesterol, diabetes, and cardiovascular disease. This is the first study to report among individuals with at least one risk factor for heart failure. Those taking aspirin were more likely to subsequently develop the condition than those not using the aspirin, said study author Dr. Blariman Mujaj from the University of Freiburg, Germany. While the findings require confirmation, like always, they do indicate the potential link between aspirin and heart failure needs to be clarified. The influence of aspirin on heart failure is controversial. This study aimed to evaluate the relationship with heart failure incidence in people with or without heart disease and assess whether using aspirin is related to new heart failure diagnosis in those that have the risk factors. The analysis included 31,000 individuals at risk for developing heart failure who were enrolled from Western Europe and the U.S. on the HOMAGE, H-O-M-A-G-E study. At risk was defined at one or more of the following: smoking, obesity, high blood pressure, high cholesterol, diabetes, cardiovascular disease. Participants were aged 40 years and above and free of heart failure at baseline. Aspirin use was recorded at enrollment, and participants were classified as users of aspirin or non-users of aspirin. Participants were followed up for the first incident of fatal or non-fatal heart failure requiring hospitalization. The average age of participants was 67 years, 34% were female, which means 66% were male. At baseline, a total of 7,698 participants were taking aspirin. That's 25% of the population there. Now, keep in mind, these are people that don't have heart failure. So 25% were taking aspirin, probably on their own. During the 5.3-year follow-up, 1,330 developed heart failure. The investigators assessed the association between aspirin use and incident heart failure after adjusting for sex, age, body mass index, smoking, alcohol use, blood pressure, heart rate, blood cholesterol, creatinine, hypertension, diabetes, cardiovascular disease, and treatment with renin-angiotensin-aldosterone system inhibitors. That's a blood pressure pill, or calcium channel blockers, blood pressure pill, or a diuretic, beta blocker, or lipid-lowering drugs. So they had to factor out anybody that was on any medication. Taking aspirin is independently associated with a 26% raised risk of a new heart failure diagnosis. That's significant, folks, in case you haven't decided that. To check for consistency of the result, the researchers repeated the analysis after matching aspirin users and non-users for heart failure risk factors. In this matched analysis, aspirin was associated with a 26% raised risk of a new heart failure diagnosis. To check the results further, the analysis was repeated after excluding patients with a history of cardiovascular disease. In 22,690 participants, or 74%, free of cardiovascular disease, aspirin use was associated with a 27% increased risk of incident heart failure. Wow. Dr. Mujaj said, "This is the first large study to investigate the relationship between aspirin use and incident heart failure in individuals with or without heart disease and at least one risk factor." Aspirin is commonly used. In our study, 1 in 4 participants were taking the aspirin. In this population, aspirin use was associated with incident heart failure, independent of any other risk factors. He concluded, large multinational randomized trials in adults at risk of heart failure are needed to verify these results. 7,000 people weren't enough? Until then, our observations suggest that aspirin should be prescribed with caution in those with heart failure or any of those stated risk factors. Journal of ESC Heart Failure. This came out November 23rd, 3 days ago. Take it to heart, folks. Now, if it was me, the right forms of fish oil at the right dose is what I'd be doing all the time. I would make doggone sure that I had the right forms of fish oil like our omega 900s in your system every day, twice a day. I believe, honestly, it over and supersedes anything that the aspirin could possibly be doing. Listen up, here's a piece on our CBD preps from Nutritional Frontiers.
Hi, this is Dr. Len. I just want to talk to you for a minute about CBD. It's all over the news now. Cannabidiol. It's the non-psychoactive phytocannabinoid molecule derived from hemp. So what's hemp? It's a plant extract. It's a grain for which they do derive a biochemical matrix of phytocannabinoids and terpenes. So it basically says, much like they make beer out of hops and grains, we can extract CBD out of hemp as well. Now, that's number one. CBD is the main prominent molecule out of the 80-plus cannabinoids found in the cannabis plant family. So I know there's been controversy galore. What's the difference? Well, cannabis, again, does deliver CBD. Hemp delivers CBD, the exact same chemical structure, but without the psychoactive part to it. Now, we've been looking for the highest quality full spectrum extracts. We just recently partnered with Nutritional Frontiers, who manufactures a USA form, organic, all organic form, supercritical CO2 extraction process, no toxic chemical solvents, pesticides, or herbicides ever used, and it's distilled to reduce odor and taste. We also have this now available in a tincture form, unflavored, mint, cinnamon, and lemon. Concentrated and safe for the entire family. Full spectrum hemp extract delivering CBD. Our pure CBD isolate products to help balance and regulate the endocannabinoid system. Great for pain, great for sleep, great for anxiety, great for numerous numbers of issues dealing with health. If you want more information, stop into our shop or give us a call at 678-228-8900, and our staff will be glad to give you some more information on Nutritional Frontiers Full Spectrum Hemp Extract CBD. We look forward to working with you. Take care.
Any good. Great option for you. Pain, sleep, anxiety, etc. Anyway, God bless you folks. Have a great healthy day. You need anything, give us a call at the office, 678-228-8900. Saturday morning, tomorrow morning, bright and early, we'll be doing our 9 a.m. show. Make sure you tune in with us. I just got my tickets to see Chicago in concert in Macon, Georgia. Wow. Been waiting for 2 years for that one. But anyway, God bless you folks, and I'll see you back here soon. Take care.